Thank you everybody for joining me. My name is Fem, and we're gonna get back into some Noble. I am hoping I sound better than in the last one. I was dealing with some settings, and I think I fixed them. I was also blowing into the mic a little bit more than I should be, so apologize for that. But we are going to get back into the Salestor household, which is where we are actually following. Who were we following? Let me see. Were we following Maliava? Or am I remembering that wrong? I'm trying to remember who we were following. So we're going with Florian's line, right? I think so. Yes, we were going with Maliava. I wasn't wrong. But Florian's a pretty good contender because he's got the 4th. So, I mean, steadily getting there. And he's the one with the marquee. So we will not be losing everybody. We will just be losing this small household over here. Alright, everybody, let's get back into this. We'll go a full year before we stop to do things because a lot happens in a year. If you haven't noticed, so much happens in a year. Let's start with the family that we're going to be losing. Oh, yay, they're having babies. I'm happy for that. Let me have you help them with that. Despite the priest's best efforts and the Garius III's dazzling but overpriced fireworks, Power Berman II and Umina were reluctantly wed. Oof. While House Salestor wept as their gold vanished into the bottomless pockets of House Sahumpor's wedding caterers. Okay, how did this one go? Purse dropped and vows forgotten. Yay! Michaelman and Quinn sealed their union with broad grins and a heavier coin purse. Good, good, good. How did this go? In the throes of a dreadful illness, Gunilla IV from House Salestor astonished everyone by emerging not just alive, but with a new title, dubbed Gunilla IV the Feisty. They defied death itself, proving bed rest is for the weak. Good job. So that's that side. Okay, how did this one go? Confounding the grim predictions of every servant, and even the doctor, Eleanor V demanded a cauldron of boiled nettles and a diet of garlic, miraculously rising from bed just as the estate was dividing up their best socks. Good job. While serenading under a chandelier at House Hyacinth's lavish gathering, Brent III narrowly avoided disaster as the crystal fixture plummeted, missing them by but a whisker. Ayla II, perhaps unimpressed by such escapades, found a suitor elsewhere, leaving Brant III with mere luck. Aw, I'm sorry. They would have been cute together. Like, look at how cute they would have been together. Oh well. We might have another one for you, Brant. I'm sorry. The gloomy wooing of Pfeiffery II, Malige, amidst the dull chatter of the courtship at House Hyacinth's court, Amitheld III decided the time was ripe for an unconventional display of affection by presenting Pfeiffery II with a bouquet of wilted weeds, leaving many gasping in horror. Remarkably, Pfeiffery II, perhaps entranced by the audaciousness or simply fond of horticulture oddities, agreed to an engagement elevating House Salestor's notoriety overnight. As whispers of Amitheld III's melancholic charm spread, the House Hyacinth courtiers watched on bemused and baffled. Shocking. But they got married, so I'm going to send Woody to go help with that. Let's see, how did this go? Probably went pretty well, as the crown was placed atop Florian III's head. A bird promptly relieved itself on the Baron's shoulder, sending both Florian II's title and the embarrassing monarch of Florian III the jinx. Actually, in many cultures, being crapped on by a bird is actually a sign of good luck, I guess? It's interesting. As mourners wept and a bumbling attendant tripped over their own robe, Grace Salestor discreetly accepted a crate of turnips, payment for services rendered from a sheepish courtier before the priest could finish mispronouncing Crimin II's name. And then she proceeds to get sick. Thank you, sweetie. That's exactly what I wanted. She's 63, so it makes sense. In a chaotic world of noble rivalries and power plays, Emil II defied expectations and peacefully brought a healthy girl into the world. Who knew such a delicate flower could blossom amidst the thorny schemes of House Salestor? And the best thing is, I don't think I have to name it. Oh, I do, okay. So I do. So, I had plenty of names. Everybody suggested so many names, and I thank you guys for all of your names. Let's see. I don't know if I've had a Willow. No. I think I'm going to go with this one because I know I did not have this one. I have not done the Zinnia. No Zinnia yet, so let's do Zinnia. And I'm sorry if I'm talking away from the mic, guys. Okay, so her name is Zinnia. Because we know it's for sure a girl. There ain't no questions about that. So you got sick. I guess I can have you do that. Oh. Ooh. Have you go do that. And then let's see. I'm going to have you go and you go and you go. And we do have an eligible bachelor for one of our girls. So either Sharia or Eleanor. It looks like he matches best with Eleanor. Oh, wow. Eleanor's health is really bad. Well, let's do it. Eleanor, and then your mother can watch and chaperone you. Now, again, with this, I generally don't want to do it unless I have a good squire. And nobody over there is good squire. So it looks like Arthur would be a pretty decent squire. So don't really want to lose a title. So we have, I believe, 2 barons and a count. I think that's a count title, right? Yeah, that's count. So no one over here even has a title. It's hilarious. So Alvernus might be a good choice. Yeah. Let's go with Alvernus, because he would be a pretty good option. And then for our squire, we shall go with Arthur the Third. I don't usually do those very much, but let's give it a shot. And we've made it to the next year. We're almost up to Clatta's line being, dismissed. But they have had more babies, so that's good. Amidst the laborious groans and the anxious pacing of Spiro, Gunilla the Third quietly delivered a healthy, legitimate boy. Good job. So now we have a new name. Male. Let's find a boy's name. I've had plenty of suggestions lately. Let's go with Simon for this one. That's a good name. We don't have... Oof. You guys are not very good over here, are you? Well, you're good for that one. You would probably be good for that one. You're not good for any of them. Fascinating, right? And then there's one over here, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah, right here, you guys. It's not as easy to find people as it used to be. Yeah. So I'm saying there's not as many really good options. I'm going to send you to help with them, and then you... I guess you're really good, so I'll have you help. Okay. So, how did this go? Oh, no. Oh no, too much oats and a fallen squire. Malige, while the crowd still cheered. Avernus II slyly baited Quiricus V into 3 extra jousts, exploiting that famed boundless energy until Quiricus V toppled from the saddle, title lost with a groan. Meanwhile, the notorious greed of Avernus II led to a wager gone sour, costing House Salestor an entire cart of pickled eels. As for Upton... They forgot to lower their visor and met Alan's face first, an open and shut tragedy. At least he's not in our family. Or was he? No, he was Hyacitor. I guess we won. That's a good news. Malige, despite the priest's best efforts, and Gunnar the Fourth's dazzling but overpriced fireworks, Fefre II and Amatel III were reluctantly wed, while House Salestor wept as their gold vanished into the bottomless pockets of House Hyacitor's wedding caterers. How did this go? As Caden graced the feast at House Diresiator, why are you crying? Diresiator stayed with their presence. Their cautious demeanor and impeccable manners impressed the notoriously picky powerman. Okay, good. Anything else that is possibly an option? Nope. We do have 2 possible options. So we have Albimus. Wow, his wit is really high. Or El Bernald. Actually, they both have... His health is really, really high. His health is not. God. she's pretty much even for both. I'm going to go with you, and I'm going to have your grandmother help. I don't think we have any other eligible maidens at the moment. We have boys, but we don't have any girls. At least not yet. Not even over here right now. The closest girl we have is 11, and she's not old enough. She's 12. She's almost there, so maybe, I don't know, I would want to get her with a title if I could possibly do that. And come on, go for the whole year. And stop. Yep, so we did not get him as an option. Someone died. Unattended pockets and a final cough. Oh, we've seen this one. Someone left a healer's bag, emergency leeches, and unfortunately Grace has now passed. I'm so sorry, Grace. You shall be missed. Truly, truly missed. I liked Grace. After Sharia II interrupted a hobbist with a burp loud enough to silence the entire house billiard hall, Heir Bernald II, either smitten or seeking retribution, agreed to an engagement. Oh, look, he blushed. I think they make a cute couple. During the courtship at House Billitor's court, Amila II outpaced every suitor in the dance, leaving Heir Bernald II gasping for air. Oh no, and and she died. Well, she got to do something at least before she died. Sorry. Florian, go help with that, please. Malige, amidst the opulence of the House Sarosawiner court, Eleanor V relentlessly pursued Edrinord II, ultimately charming them with tales of dragon slaying and pie baking. We all know it's due to the pie. As the bachelors of House Sarosawiner fumbled over their words and tripped over their feet, Eleanor IV remained a relentless person, defending their charge with unwavering determination. Good job. All right, Woody, you're going to go help with that, and I know we got pretty good dues. With an entourage louder than a wedding procession, Paulus II sweet-talked every peasant from here to the riverbank, departing with double the usual goods, and, if gossip is to be believed, twice as many blushes among the villagers. He is now promiscuous. Ooh. We get to see the other family's pregnancies. As the halls of the House Salestor estate echoed with the screams of childbirth, Geronimo Salestor finally expelled a squalling bundle of joy, healthy, legitimate son. She is having babies left and right. See, now this is what Sapwood should look like. And yet it's not. It's very interesting how that's working. Crow. Because it was a name I got suggested and I thought it was interesting. Oh, no, this is from the other family. After an impressively noisy ordeal involving enough screaming to wake the dead, Aurilla II, now part of Clotastor, brought forth a robust, legitimate girl, leaving Warburnus II limp with pride and exhaustion. Good job. And, last but not least, as the halls of the House Salestor estate echoed with the screams of childbirth, Umina Salestor heroically brought forth a healthy, legitimate baby girl, defying the pain and insults hurled at the nurses. What was the name of the baby? Umina II. Good job. I'm happy for them. Okay, so I do. Okay, I was like, I don't have anyone for you, but actually I do. Oof. Health and fortitude are good. I can try. Let's give it a shot with Brant again. I don't know how well it'll work, but we can find out. We are actually much smaller now, too. It's actually nice. And stop. So we do have another man. From House Billitor, his wit is high, his charisma is not, health is fortitude not so good either. Alright, so nothing happened at the funeral. So Maliava could possibly get with Walmus II. Not a titled individual, but let's deal with all the other stuff that are happening first. Purse drop, no vows forgotten. So Heir Bernald II and Sharia II sealed their union with broad goods and a heavy coin purse. Yay. Good. They're cute. Very cute. Oh no, it's Sharia. This is not the time for this. We just shrunk. We're doing good. During the wedding of Eleanor V and Edrinod II. Oh, got a heavier coin purse. After a suspiciously lengthy exchange of vows and a priest who nearly nodded off, Edrinod II and Eleanor V emerged triumphantly wed, beaming at each other as if nothing could possibly go wrong. For at least the rest of the day. They're cute. They're cute. How did this go? After a marathon of dull poetry and wilted flowers at the courtship, Brent III managed to secure Ally II's hand, though Ally II accepted only after sighing loud enough to rattle the stained glass windows. Would he? I probably shouldn't have done that because he's going to be eligible. That was my bad. Alright, so let's see. Do we have anybody who can help with this? Yes, over here. So Amild, you can help with that. Actually, you'd be really good for that. I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm not going to deal with that. And then we have... Florian is the only one right now who can do this? I guess so. I would send his wife with him, but his wife is currently preoccupied building a stupid castle. Yeah. So, what are her stats? I want to see her stats, not that. So, health is actually pretty decent. Wit is pretty decent. Maybe the kids would come out pretty good. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have her... Let's have her grandfather help. All right, let's do this. Another year. And stop. So we did get somebody with another... I think it was Florian who got the other crown, I believe. Oh no, Patrick died. Alexis, you're gonna go. She was not able to have any more. She's 44. I could probably get her married again if I want to. Alright, how did the baby go? Malige, after calmly instructing the panicking nurses and keeping their wits sharper than the midwife's scissors, Amatel III delivered a robust boy, while Pfeiffer II beamed with pride and promptly dropped their goblet onto their boots. Yay, there's a Pfeiffer. How did this go? After a stunning display of forced smiles and cold, clammy hands, Brant III and Ali II were reluctantly bound to mid-luck. Meanwhile, creative mediocre apples found its way to Salestor as a gift from Ali's ever-thrifty aunt. Okay, so we have one more thing. Amidst a whirlwind of giggles and fluttering eyelashes at the courtship, Maliava then 11th dazzled Walmus II with tales of Salestor's irresistible charm and economic prospects. Smitten, Walmus II agreed to a betrothal, thus boosting House Billytor's trading clout. Yay! During the grand courtship at House Billytor Court, Geoffnus II shielded their ward from a tumbling chandelier. Good, good, good. And proceeded to die. Wow. Oh, that, yeah, I'm sorry. That sucks. That really actually sucks. Wow. I don't know if I have anybody who's really, really good for this. Well, probably you would be the best. Alright, who do we want to go to? Paul Women? Is he married? Dead? I don't think I have any eligible maidens, though, that could. No, I guess I don't. Okay, well, let's just send one of the guys, I guess. I could do this again. Do I have a good squire? I mean, in some aspects, yes. Woody would be a pretty good squire. Who would be the knight, though? Because I don't really see that good of a knight right now. Yeah, I don't see a good knight for that. Ooh, masquerade, yes. And pause. Again, nothing happened at the funeral, nothing happened at that funeral. Although this is now going to... Who's contesting it? Shola. No. Okay, what does Shola need? Wit. So we need wit. How is Geoffnus with wit? Nope. How is Shola with wit? Very good. Dang it. We need somebody with really good wit. I can't give it to Maliava. Well, I mean, let's see. Let's see how this went first. Despite the priest's best efforts and Rotilia's dazzling but overpriced fireworks, Walmus II and Maliava the 11th were reluctantly wed. Okay, and during the wedding... Okay, they got some money. So, could she? No, she's not that good. But her husband has really good wit, so he might be a good option. So I'm going to put him in there. I want that marquis title, right? Or is it? Yeah, I want that marquis title to stay. What happened here? Chickens, eye patches, and bandit regret. When Thomas and a motley band of highwaymen set upon the carriage, Alexis hurled a chicken at the bandit's face. then skewered the fiend with a quill. Wow, cutthroat Alexis. And the tussle of crate of precious salt tumbled into the mud, snatched up by thieving goats. Alexis now dons an eye patch, courtesy of an errant chicken, pecked to the brow, feathers still attached. Wow. Go Alexis. Don't piss her off. After spending a day cajoling peasants for their pitiful coppers, Florian III returned with empty pockets. Now famous for collecting dust instead of... Well, that's not good. Alright, how did this baby go? The Salestor estate was shrouded in an oppressive hush as Eleanor V birthed a legitimate boy, refusing even a hint of joy. Meanwhile, Edrenaud II paraded about, grinning like they had personally invented infants. Sure. Okay, so we do have a masquerade. So, with this, we have many males, only 2 females. And how many people do we have that need mainly boys? I could put Maliav in there again because she's 45. I think she could technically do it again, but I just do want Joanna in there. I want the girls because there's only 2 girls in here and there's so many boys. So I'm trying to put another girl in there. Let's see if Roycia can do anything. I'm going to try and see if that does any good. So now, if I remember correctly, the knight, Florian did a good job last time. Florian's also 53, so he's gotten a lot more, I just don't see anybody who's like really, really good at this. Because they're looking for someone with high fortitude. And then down here, they're also looking for someone with high fortitude. And, we do have some boys with high fortitude. So, it's a gamble, guys. It's a gamble. Let's try Woody this time, and we'll see. All right, let's go for another year. Let's see how far it goes. And stop. Oh, somebody got into a duel. Fabulous. I love duels. Being sarcastic. As Gonless languished in bed, a distant uncle conveniently perished elsewhere, leaving an absurdly heavy chest of coin for House Salestor. Revived by both tonic and fortune, he now rises, richer and annoyingly chipper. Malige, the visit to the House Dyresiator estate concluded with Paulness III accidentally spilling a goblet of wine in Parliament. Oops, that went down a little bit. Why are you getting into a duel, Avila? No duels. Not allowed. Okay, so we do have Wilrenus. I do have a girl down here. No, I think I put both of my girls in here, except for Maliava, which, again, she could probably have another kid. Because she's only got 1. I wouldn't continue her line, though. I just don't believe I'll have anybody ready for this in time. I don't have any girls. Maybe Julia could be in time, but I would have to pause this before the year ends for that to work out. Alright, you can go deal with that. Let me watch and see if Julia does come of age. If she does before this ends, I will stop it and get it ready. Okay, so it did. And there are more options, though. Okay, so we have Wereman. His fortitude is balls. Wit. But his charisma, wit, and health, what is hers? Her wit is crap. So they might balance each other out better. I'm actually going to do that. Have you help with that, and then... I could. I'm just going to do it. Because I can. And then... Conla... Let's see, who's the oldest out of the group? So Arthur is the oldest. But no one over here has really been wed yet. His sister is wed. I'm going to go with you over here, Wernard. Okay, let's see how this went. Amidst swirling masks, more awkward dancing than a barnyard at moonrise, John Mother II found themselves paired with Galburnus II, sealing an engagement before the punch even ran out. Alright. Ooh, he's a count. Yay, we got a title in. Ooh, his health is, like, so bad. Oh, I'm not happy about that. After a dizzying waltz of secretive matchmaking, Royce III and Lucas II found themselves betrothed by the mysterious rules. Meanwhile, Emila graciously fetched suppers for every guest, whose feet dared to complain. Excuse me. Okay. He is 27. His stats are His charisma's really high. We do need people with higher charisma, so I will give you that. So, how did this go? Beneath the less than charmed gaze of Philip, Avilia launched a boat straight through Alrige II, whose last act was to sneeze so loudly that even the crows paused mid-peck. Meditation evidently was not the priority of the hour. Wow. She won. I'm happy. All right, how did this go? The meekest mouse loses the cassette. Oh no, that's a bad sign. Dang it. As the grand tapestry was unveiled, Shola stirred forward and with an ungodly loud voice recited an ancestry longer than main course. Meanwhile, Geoffnus III tried to object, but managed only a mouse-like squeak before fainting spectacularly into a bowl of stewed turnips. Master of Ceremonies never one to waste time, promptly handed Sholia the marquisette on a silver tray. I believe I'm saying that right. I could be butchering how that's pronounced. Actually, I'm going to send you to go do that because you're going to be coming of age soon. All right, I think we got all that. Let's us keep going for another year and stop. I only had one more baby making. How did this go? Despite the priest's best efforts and Gilelrus's dazzling but overpriced fireworks, Galbanus II and Joanna II were reluctantly wed. Well, they were wed and promptly got sick. Wow. In the midst of the elegant courtship festivities at House Biliator, Joanna astounded the court with their boundless energy. They danced, they flirted, they even challenged Warman II to an energetic arm wrestling match, leaving all in awe of their vitality. Amidst the lively gathering at House Biliator's court, Julia kindly offered a platter of pickled eels to Warman II, who was too engrossed in juggling golden goblets to notice. Despite the snub, Julia remained unfailingly cordial. I am sorry, Julia. Can anyone help with this? Actually, you would be very, very helpful with that. Your health is very good. After Roranard IV serenaded Conla II with a goose quill lute and a recitation involving 3 riddles, the maiden agreed to an engagement. Good, good, good. I'm going to send Dahlia to go with that. Alright, how did this go? 4 hooves, 3 herbs, and a horseshoe. So she collected 2.7k. She's now lucky. Gain minor recognition. Okay. She is a Baroness of Hawksmoor. After a well-timed jab about Florian II's sweepy poetry mid-joust, Royce II unseated our emotionally unstable baron, snatching the title in a pouch of House Salestor coin, bet so confidently by the entourage, even the king's smoke was hard to miss. Dang it. I mean, he still has 1 title. Just not happy that he lost it. And this is why it's a gamble. Malige is the courtship at the House Sarus Winer. Or true too close. Saying that is so much. So harder than you think. Eleanor IV astutely fended off suitors while their charged battered eyelashes. At the bustling House Sarasawina court, Maliava the 10th attempted to woo while Ilrennis II by serenading them with off-key lute performance, and unfortunately unnoticed. Sorry, sweetie. I tried. Really tried. But we do have other girls over here who need... Okay, you have Albimus. So he's got... Okay. Good wit. Albinard. I kind of like Albimus for my dear Julia, so I'm going to give you that. We'll do... Let's get Brant for that. And then... I mean, I could. Don't really have any young maidens at the moment. After a suspiciously lengthy exchange of vows and a priest who nearly nodded off, Lucas II and Royce III emerged triumphantly wed, beaming at each other as if nothing could possibly go wrong for at least the rest of the day. More baby baking! I'm happy for that. Give me as many babies as you can. Alright, you, and then for you, I'm gonna send you to go help. Perfect. Alright, so I could, but she's getting so much further up in age, and now I'm just like, it's not worth it now. I'm not gonna do it. It's not worth it. And so, again, was not worth it to get her, or try to get her married. Oh no. Cryman died. I did not realize that until just now. How did this go? After an exchange of vows involving misplaced rings and a goat that absolutely did not belong in the chapel, Warrenard IV and Conrad II left the ceremony arm in arm, beaming. Yay! Now, this family's loaded. So much. Alright, how did this go? After calmly instructing panicking nurses and keeping their wits sharper than the midwife's scissors, Maliava the 11th delivered a robust boy. Darn, I wanted a girl. We're still waiting for a girl. With a checklist clutched in one hand and a birthing stool in the other, Amil II ushered a legitimate girl into the world while correcting every midwife's towel fold. Oh, that's funny. Alright, another girl's name. I'm gonna go with Tiamat. If you know Dungeons & Dragons, you'll recognize that name. Alright. Why are you quarreling, my dear boy Blackjack? Who are you quarreling with? Really, Alverinus? Seriously? Alright, who's going to claim this? We have someone outside of our family who's going to try and claim it. Do we have anybody very witty? Actually, do have plenty of witty individuals. Ooh. Actually, I'm going to have you go do it. See how well that works. Philip, help with that. And then we do not really have anyone for you other than Maliava, and I don't want to, because I don't know if she's going to even be able to have a kid anymore. Yeah, we're not going to go with that. She's too old. Had she gotten, had the first match that she gotten with, had she gotten with him, then yes. I just heard a bad noise, and I don't like it. Count me out. Adusi the Fist triumph. Dang it. As the last candle guttered out, Florian III produced a genealogical scroll so bewildering even the master of ceremonies began snoring. Meanwhile, Adusi V calmly retrieved an ancient ring from under a roast goose and voila, claimed Crimin II title before anyone could object. The nobles now nod gravely whenever House Salestor is mentioned, mostly out of pity and confusion. Rude. Amidst the laborious groans and the anxious pacing of Lucas II, Roycia III quietly delivered a healthy, legitimate boy. Good job, sweetie. Okay, how did the quarrel go? Malaysia in the midst of the heated quarrel. The House Salestor State Albinus II ineptly stammered insults that made no sense, causing awkward silence. Alexis struggled to mediate while pretending not to cringe at their social blunder. Oy vey. Outside the House Salestor estate, Amatel III and Walnus II exchanged so many missed crossbow bolts they ran out. Nervously agreeing to call it a draw, though Amatel III now sports a scar that will haunt mirrors for years to come. Fabulous. Despite fierce competition, including a suspicious radiant maiden from afar, Julia Salster charmed Albimus with a heartfelt poem about lost chickens. Once again, those chickens really help. Prompting immediate engagement, courtiers were left agape as Julia kindly shared sweetmeats. And whatnot with the others. Dahlia, you can go help with that. Arthur, what are you doing? I don't know if your father can help. We'll try it. With a flourish worthy of the ballads, Otid and crew waltzed up to the House Salster carriage, snatched a crate of silk while serenading the horses, and left Paulnus II gulping. Jeez. Fabulous. And your health isn't too bad, but somehow you're interesting. So I'm going to have you help with that, baby. Okay. So I don't have very many maidens to get wed. But I do need to get them wed to some of the men. Okay, so let's see. No one's been wed in this family at all. So actually I'm going to with Carl in this case. Alright. Let's keep going. More baby making, yay. More baby making. So happy with all the baby making. The Heir arrival. As the moon hung high in the night sky, the halls of House Salestor were filled with symphony of labor screams. Maliava the 11 proved once again that they are socially inept as they made their way through the delicate process of childbirth. With a few accidental slaps, countless apologies, and a momentary misstep into a chamber pot, gross, Maliava the 11 emerged triumphant, holding a baby girl in their arms. The Heir has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. It truly has. Yay. See, now we got into the 12. Oh, I'm so happy for that. It's like, yay. Yeah, you help them with that. And you're going to help them with that. Need babies. See, this is a baby boom. Pressed her up, Navas forgotten. So Albamus and Julia got married. Yay. Good job. Alright, how did that go? Tears streaming down their face, Arthur III managed to fumble every bolt while Leo Garius III calmly recited poetry mid-shot. Wow. Okay. Guess that's one way to go about it. No, that's not what I was trying to do. He looks like he's bad health. Ugh. The cake caught catastrophe in the patch. As the final stone was set, Sharia Salestor insisted on celebrating with a cake cart grand procession right through the still wet mortar, a wheel cart launching the cake, and a cartload of rare saffron in the moat, while a rogue splinter from the cart's decorative griffin lodged itself firmly in Sharia's eye, leaving them with a patch and a reputation for architectural pageantry. The castle, however, stands gloriously complete. And you just had to do this. Well, we all know which side we're going with. Because who are we following but Maliava? And she happens to be a part of Florian's. It's interesting why it's Florian, but Maliava's the heir right there? Why is that? It's interesting, because Maliava is technically the heir here, but why is it saying Florian? That's weird. That's really weird. And then over here it's saying Arthur. But he was part of the family, because you can see it. But that is weird. Because Maliava is where it's coming from, right? Right? I think so. She married back into the family, though, so maybe that's why it's Florian? But I don't see the connection, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing things correctly. It happens. Who else is sick? You are? Let's have your wife help. She's really good at that. So good. All right. I don't see any other options down here, and there's no maidens who are ready to be married. So let's keep going. And I just heard bad news. Who died? Who died? No one died. He just got sick. Your wife help you, I suppose. Let's go. Let's start from over here and see what we got. Liege, after weeks of coughing up more phlegm than a tap from my chest tankards. No, they just got married. She just got married. She just got married to him. What the hell? What the hell? Oh my gosh, I feel bad. That sucks so much. I am sorry. Lieges, with shrieks of Ali, the second echoed through the house Salestor estate. A robust, legitimate girl arrived while nurses endured a barrage of insults about their cold hands and incompetent towels. Meanwhile, Brent the third preened nearby as the self-proclaimed proud parent. Yay, good job. Okay, how did this go? In a chaotic world of noble rivalries, in Power Place, Roycia the third defied expectations, peacefully brought a healthy girl into the world. But it's already named. Malige, with a wink and a poem so dreadful it nearly wilted the court of roses, Carl the second managed to win Alia, the first Sangator Baroness of Greyhold's hand, much to Ralphus of Force Whore, and somehow House Sangator's trading ledgers have not recovered since. I'm gonna have you go, Edrenard, yes. How did this go? The illness that plagued our dear Walmus the Third has come to a close, as they have miraculously recovered from the brink of death. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I'm happy for that. So many things. Okay, so we do have I am not too happy about the change of events here. We've already lost plenty of titles. So this is why I don't do titles. Because I don't. I'm gonna throw some guys in here that need to get married to see if maybe they'll get them married. I don't know. But I can't believe her husband died after she got married. Didn't even have a kid yet. Oh, so we do have someone over here. So Alexis, so Weramus or Pawwoman. I kind of want to go with Pawwoman just because I've seen his name so many times. And his stats are much better than Weramus II. His health is poop. So I'm going to go with you, and I'm going to send your father with you, who has 2 count titles. Okay. All right. I don't think I have any other females. Nope. Let's go. Somebody's arguing. I can see somebody's arguing. I don't know why. How did this go? Malige, after Alexis II serenaded Parliament II with an impromptu ballad about goats and inheritance, we know this works. A bachelor from House Dynasty eagerly agreed to an engagement. See, that's what I'm saying. Goats always gets it. Always gets it. And her father died. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry your father died. So just at the end of the marriage. Wow. Just as she got engaged. At the jubilant wedding, Karl II and Elia exchanged vows, blissfully unaware of the calamity to follow. Meanwhile, mischievous pigeon dive-bombed Karl with a well-aimed pastry, leaving an icing-induced scar. That will surely become legendary. They're cute. I think they're adorable. How did this go? At the House Dynasty feast, Woody flamboyantly recited poetry to woo Rollis II, but alas, Rollis II seemed more interested in their gestures, antics, and this was just at a feast, guys. It can happen. It didn't. The courtship was initiated to strengthen ties between House Salestor and House Dynasty, yet who knew that a fool's juggling could outshine sonnets of love? Dang. When House Dynasty's jester began juggling, okay, so he saved someone, courtier's wig, and no engagement. Darn, I was trying. Gold guts and a newly minted count. When the master of ceremonies announced the demise of Galbernus II, Joanne II lunged forward, clutching an absurdly ornate scroll as proof of lineage, ink still drying from a suspiciously recent signature. It's her dead husband. Give her a break. But she still managed to get it. But wow, it's her dead husband. Sure. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but sure, I'll try. It's worth a shot. In the midst of illness at the House Salestor estate, Brant II transformed their sickbed into a stage, entertaining various servants, and the doctor with rib-tickling tales. Thus Brant II, the jester, emerged, alive and jesting once more. Okay, so where's the baby? Oh, it is over here. My brain did not see that. Amidst the laborious groans and the anxious pacing of Warrenard IV, Conla II quietly delivered a healthy, legitimate boy. Good job, Warrenard. See, I could have gone Warrenard's line, because Warrenard, but he wasn't technically in the family initially. He was married in, while Maliava was part of the original family, moved out, then married back in. So technically she's still original. So anyway, and pop. All right. So let's see how these go. With a glare sharp enough to slice cheese, Amel II heard the goblet of Walmus II, then ordered the servants to clean it up while snidely mocking the bystander's lineage. Evil, but efficient. The walls of the House Salestor estate trembled as Walmus II and Emil II engaged in a heated quarrel. Meanwhile, the lethargic hero took an eternity to unsheathe their sword, proving that even a quarrel can be a drawn-out affair. So nothing happened at that. Yeah, see, now she can go to the wedding. But his title is going to have to go after she's done with her wedding, probably. Malige, while traversing House Salestor trade routes, Florian III tripped over a wave chicken and crashed into a merchant's gold chest, causing coins to spill everywhere. Yet by sheer accident, ended up collecting far more wealth than the taxman dared dream. You can dream, can't you? Setting out to collect dues, Paulness II found peasants miraculously allergic to taxes, but we did get more. I love how they're giving me these, but that's from the one that just left, so interesting that I can still do anything with it. Alright. Again, another one who's eligible, but I don't have any maidens for it. Maliava is too old for that. Not gonna try. Let's go for another year. And stop. Alright. A purse dropped, no vows forgotten. Yay, we know this works. Paul Woman II and Alexis II sealed their union with broad grins and a heavier coin purse. Okay, and they got more money too. She can now get married again, but I'm not going to because that would be silly. So, I'm just going to have your mother help you with that. Ooh, you'd be very good to help with that. How did this pregnancy go? With an ungodly amount of groaning and screaming, Amitel III had a difficult but successful delivery, giving birth to a healthy, legitimate boy. That was not in this one. That was the one that was in the other one. As the halls of the house Salestor estate echoed with screams of childbirth, Alia heroically brought forth a healthy, legitimate baby girl, named Alia II. Good job. We don't get to see Carl anymore? Darn. Maliege, after calmly instructing the panicking nurses and keeping their wits sharper than the midwife's scissors, Conla II delivered a robust boy, while Warrenard IV beamed with pride and promptly dropped their goblet onto their boots. So now they have Galnus and Warrenard V. I did not get to rename any of those. Darn it. I don't have any maidens. I need girls to marry off, not boys. I mean, I need to marry off boys, not girls. So I need girls. Thank you, finally, for giving me a girl. So many boys that need to be wed. So Blackjack, we have Florian, Woody, Paulness. Her health is crap, too. Just, are you kidding me? Maliege, as the halls of the house Salestor estate echoed with screams of childbirth, Roycia III finally expelled a squalling bundle of joy. The thing is if I take her, she's probably going to die pretty quickly. Because her health is nothing. I am not accepting her because her health is poo. I just refuse. I am not doing that anymore. Because we already had that with one of the other ones. With the House Alistair. As the shrieks of Maliava the 11th echoed through the house, Salestor estate, a robust, legitimate girl arrived, while nurses endured a barrage of insults about their cold hands and incompetent towels. Meanwhile, Walmus II preened nearby as the self-proclaimed proud parent. Okay. New name for another girl. Let's go Maya. I haven't used that one yet. Also, as far as Julia, she's now part of the other family. I am sorry if some of your names are not in this one anymore. It's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. So, who's it going to go to? Alexis, right? But you need charisma. How is she with charisma? How's her wit? It's about decent. Even. Who else can we possibly get who can take this? I'm going to say Lucas might be able to do good. We'll see. So, we do have one girl that could possibly get married, which is Zinnia. So, we have Michaelman II, another Michaelman. We have Wilrenus II or Walnus III. I am honestly leaning toward Michaelman. His stats are nice. His stats are not too bad, but he's also older too. So I'm going to go with you. The interesting thing is she's 47. He's 44. I'm just going to go with it. Because I can. Let's have your mom help you with that. Because I can. Seems weird, but that's what I did. And stop. More babies, yay! We need more babies, as many as we can get. With all eyes fixed on the gilded eyes, Lucas II seized Alvernus II's signet ring and proclaimed their claim so loudly a gouty courtier nearly fainted by sundown. A fresh count sash draped across Smunk's shoulders. But it stayed in our family. I'm happy for that. Yay! Get to baby making, sweetie. After Alexis interrupted a hobbit with a burp loud enough to silence the entire house, Sarosa Weiner Hall, will Renus II, either smitten or seeking retribution, agree to an engagement. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I'm going to have you go there. I still need to find out what can do for that, but I'll do that in a minute. In the grand halls of House Hyacinthor, Zinnia cast a fortunate gaze upon Michael II amidst awkward small talk and a minor mishap involving spilled meat. Unbelievably, this mirthful blunder led to their engagement, proving Zinnia to be astoundingly lucky indeed. Indeed. Indubitably. Now I'm just being weird. The House Salestor estate was shrouded in impressive hush as Alia birthed a legitimate boy, refusing even a hint of joy. Meanwhile, Carl II paraded about, grinning like they had personally invented infants. Okay, it's an interesting way of doing that, but sure. I'm going to send you to go do that, I suppose. Alright, now I need to help the young ladies who are having babies with other madams, and I think that's all we got. Yeah. Look at how much smaller this household is. So small. It is so small compared to what it was before. I am happy with that. Oh no, who died? No, Brand II died. No. No. So nothing happened here. I didn't figure anything would happen. I'll get you in a second. How did this go? After an exchange of vows that nearly set the priest beard aflame with their sheer awkwardness, Urbanus II and Alexis managed to tie the knot. That's weird how that did that. Grinning as though the gods themselves had dared them to enjoy it. Wait, what? She's a duchess? Oh, so kind of branched. That is weird how that worked, how that did that. I'm not sure. So he was married to Rollis II. Didn't have a kid. So how did we get Rollis III? Huh. Curious. When I looked at his, it didn't show her. Oh, there it did. I must have been looking at the wrong one or something. Or it just hadn't updated. Interesting. Okay. Sure. After an impressively noisy ordeal involving enough screaming to wake the dead, Alexis II brought forth a robust, legitimate girl, leaving Paul Woodman II limp with pride and exhaustion. Yay, there's another Alexis. Amidst the laborious groans and the anxious pacing of Walmus II, Maliava the 11th quietly delivered a healthy, legitimate boy. Now she's meek, but we now have a Walberus, which is going to be differently named. I'm not going with that name. So let's go with Bronco. Apparently it's a type of chicken. So interesting. I like these. After the priest finally located the correct scroll, Michael II and Zinnia exchanged vows and miraculously smiled. Meanwhile, House Salestor discovered a forgotten dowry just beneath the altar and promptly claimed it as their own. They're cute. How did this go? In display of legendary clumsiness, Lucas III flung a silver platter at Adid, ending the bandit's career with an accidental thud, earning both an ugly facial scar and an even uglier story for the banquet. It, moved things over here for a second. I don't know why it was moving. Interesting. Alright, so you need someone. Let's have you help. What is it that they're actually looking for? Oh, high fortitude. Okay. So this, let me have you do that. Alright, so we do have some females now and one male, which I don't think we have any more females for that. So, alright, so Woody is I think the oldest. No, Paulness is. Well, let's see, stat-wise, would she be good for Florian? Not really. I'm going to give her to Paulness instead. Alright, let's keep going. Another year and stop. Okay. As the shrieks of Alia echoed through the house Salestor estate, a robust, legitimate girl arrived, while nurses endured a barrage of insults about the cold hands and incompetent towels. Good job. Different name. Let's see. A girl's name. Oops, wrong one. Saphira. Saphira. I like that name. It's a pretty name. Unfortunately, Florian the Third has now passed away. I am sorry. Why does she... Is she evil? No. Okay. I was going to say, is she evil? Because that would make sense. While serenading under a chandelier at a house Billy Tor's lavish gathering, Paulness the Third narrowly avoided disaster as the crystal fixture plummeted, missing them by a whisker. Okay. Are you kidding me? How did you get into a duel? Let's have your mother help you. Yes, mother. Have you help with that? Okay, so we do have this. Which apparently, yep, it's going to try and go to her. And we need someone with high charisma. So, let's see who's got the high charisma in this family. Scoot in a little bit. Just to see. So, she needs charisma as well. Her charisma is not very good. Her wit is higher than the other girls. But just in case... I still wish we would have gotten a duchy, but we didn't. Actually? I'm going to give it to Roycia. Okay, let's see how that works. Alright, so we do have this. I'm going to put some of our bachelors in here to see if we get any matches, even Florian and Paulness. Because I want to see if that helps. And Blackjack, you're going to go to that one, and then I'm just going to put others into that. So, and there's this one technically, but I don't have any girls to be married off right now. He would have been good a match. Stop. Oh, wow. So we are going to have to end here, but let me do some of these first. As the solemn funeral of the dearly departed Florian the Third drew to a close, Shreya made sure their exaggerated lamentations were heard by every guest. And of course, yep. Alright. After calmly instructing the panicking nurses and keeping their whips sharper than the midwife's scissors, Roycia the Third delivered a robust boy. Okay. We have another name. Right? Because it's... Yeah. Okay. And then we'll go with... Let's go with Norbert. I actually kind of find that name interesting. Let's have your wife help you with that. How did this go? To the bafflement of Joanma Blackjack Coward. Okay. So he's meek. Fabulous. Swiftly excuse themselves. Okay. That did not result in what I was hoping for. After suspiciously overlong debate, Alexis III helpfully reminded all present that the late Alvernus II was indeed quite deceased, and promptly claimed the coveted count title before anyone else could finish their wine. Yay! Good job. And she went straight to getting that baby making going again. Good girl. Keep the baby making coming. Alright, how did that go? A feast to remember. As Woody bid adieu to their delightful host, they accidentally tripped over a peacock feather. Okay, so we got the cheese avalanche. As Florian the Fourth graced the hall at House Sangator's estate with their presence, their cautious demeanor and impeccable manners impressed the notoriously picky Gunhild. Perhaps just maybe they're gaining... Okay, so it didn't come with anything really amazing. Darn it. Surprise inspection. We got 13k. Good. How did this go on the manicured lawn outside? As Salestor State, Brent the Third and Ratima the Second both ran out of crossbow bolts, declaring a draw. Good. You better declare a draw. Rude. So she needs high wit. So she does not have high wit. She needs high charisma. Charisma is not that good. So we need someone with high charisma. Fabulous. I'm going to try Rosie again. She's not meek or anything. No, she's superstitious, but not meek. Alright. Once again, I have another one of these, which I could send my boys to go to. Might as well, until I can figure out how to get them married off. Alright, guys. So this is how our family has turned out now. If you want to see the whole thing, it's up there. But, that is crazy. We have gotten so much smaller. We have gained House Clatastor and House Alistor as the new households that have broken off. But that is all the time I have for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. And feel free to continue giving me baby names. I will keep adding them. And I do have a Discord server if you guys want to join. There's not much going on at the moment. I'm working on things, but should be going from there. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys enjoy my content, please give me a subscribe. It really does help. We're at 107, I believe, now. We're doing pretty good. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day wherever you guys are. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye!